Hi, it's Manny Goldman, co-founder of itsallaboutwomen.com and the visionary behind the Love Your Life Summit. Today I'm excited to bring you Jennifer S. Wilkov, one of my closest friends, and I actually call her my strategic partnership partner. What we do is for the last 4 years, I think it's actually been 5 years now, we've been talking weekly and strategizing and supporting each other on business. So Jennifer's one of my closest friends, but also one of my business partners in the fact, not necessarily that we our own businesses together, but we actually support each other's businesses, and I find her to be my biggest asset to the growth of my business. So I'm excited to share her with you today. So let's go into that formal introduction, and then I'll get into how she loves her life, and she has quite a story, so stay tuned for that. All right, so Jennifer is a #1 radio show host, a best-selling award-winning author, a speaker, an award-winning freelance writer, a book consultant, and an entrepreneur mentor. Jennifer loves to empower audiences everywhere to lead powerfully into their lives and love the lives they imagined. Her goal with her 5th book, Boys Before Business, The Girl's Guide to Having It All, is to empower 10 million women to build better relationships and better businesses. Jennifer also works one-on-one with entrepreneurs, business owners, corporate executives, and authors through her signature Make It Happen program and her book consulting practice, Your Book is Your Hook. I'm happy to bring you here, Jennifer. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hi, Manny. It's so nice to be able to join you for this summit, and I absolutely am thrilled to be here.
Thanks. It's like a fireside chat with 2 friends. I'm so excited. So Jennifer, this whole summit's about loving your life. So let's get into specifics about what do you really love about your life, and then we'll get into what you've been through and why you love it more now than ever.
Well, I really love my life because I have created the life that I wanted to live. And I think that part of what the challenge is for us as human beings is that there's so much that we want to experience, and too often we don't know how to get there. And I have been very blessed and been through quite a lot of experiences to get here. It didn't happen overnight, as they say. But I really have been so fortunate and blessed to be able to see the positive side of things. And that truly has led me to the life that I love. And I have the man of my dreams that I'm building a life with. I have cats that absolutely adore me and that I am so grateful to have. I live in a community and I work in a profession that is just absolutely heart-filling and fulfilling for me every day. So it's something that through the community and the network that I've been able to build from my family all the way out through all of the different circles of influence and circles of friends, mentors, professionals, and close loved ones in my life, I've really been able to create the life that I love. And for that, I am incredibly humble and incredibly grateful.
I know that firsthand. But Jennifer, tell us, have you always loved your life?
No, I haven't. Like many, I've come from a dysfunctional family. I have endured a debilitating illness that I was diagnosed with at age 11. I had Crohn's disease and experienced it fully for 25 years, including 2 bowel resection surgeries, one in which I nearly died. And it has been something that affects the digestive tract in your system. And after 25 years, I was able to overcome it and really become sort of like a medical miracle. I've also been divorced. I found myself engrossed in a marriage that was really dead. And I've been able to leave that marriage in a positive and productive way. And at the same time, move forward into other relationships and really define the relationship that I wanted to have and get it and keep it and grow it into a really dream couple. I've also been through several businesses and business relationships, both on the corporate America side as well as a business owner myself, as an entrepreneur, and endured a devastating disappointment that truly affected my life and changed the course of it. when others were not honest about what was transpiring, and the particular situation ended up being a scam that affected me personally, all the way down to being coerced to plead guilty to a crime I didn't commit and being incarcerated in one of the nation's most violent prisons, Rikers Island. That was not pleasant.
To say the least. So you've been through a few things, huh, Jennifer?
You could say that. And one of the things that I really am happy to say is that I'm still here and I'm still kicking up dust.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the smile is so genuine and so real, and I know you personally, so I could say that as well. But I mean, how do you stay so positive? How do you stay so happy? How do you continue to love your life and continue to create more abundance and joy in your life?
Well, there's one thing in particular that I know is that our lives are filled with pearls of wisdom from our past, and that is really the genesis of where life begins. And some people's lives begin when they're born. I would argue that many people's lives begin later, much later, when they understand and learn from the experiences that they've had in their life, and finding that so-called silver lining and capitalizing on it is really something that I believe everybody can embrace to love their life. I mean, I've done it with health, I've done it with business, I've done it personally, I've done it romantically. It's something that where people have first a need to define what it is that they want their lives to be about. What is it that they love? And for me, that's something that I really didn't think about until later. I was in my 30s when that question finally came in front of me, and I finally started looking at what it was that I really wanted to experience in this life. And because I did that, and because I was willing to answer the question over and over again, it really has led me to loving the life that I have, because I got to say what my life was going to be about and what it was that I was going to do. So I get to do what I love with the people that I love, for the people that I love, and that's really very special. It's a privilege in my book, and my life is a reflection of the love and the appreciation and the grace that I feel, as well as the love and the appreciation and the grace that I experience with others. It's a truly magical life.
Well, I could honestly say you've made it that way, because not many people in your situation would say that it is. So it's obviously a decision that you've made. And I know you have a new platform coming out called I won't tell too much about it, about remaining fabulous. I think it's an amazing metaphor for loving your life and being who you are and creating what you want. So tell us a little bit why the way you live your life, but also the platform that you're creating, is so important to loving your life.
Well, regardless of what has transpired in your life, just like in my life, we all have experiences that are ultra high, and we have other experiences that are extremely low. And it's in these moments of despair, disappointment, devastation, damage, that we really need to understand that what's happening could take away things that you don't want to lose. You could have the loss of a spouse. You could be in an abusive relationship. You could be experiencing a divorce. You could be let go from your job. You could be in a situation where you have a business partnership that dissolves poorly and unpleasantly. You could find yourself in financial ruin. There are so many situations that we experience personally and professionally that take away parts of what we have, mostly materially. What I know for sure, Manny, is that it does not have to take away your soul, your spirit, or the joy that you have and can experience in your life. And this is so incredibly important that you remember that you have the right to remain fabulous. You have the right to remain fabulous. Nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can take your spirit or your soul from you unless you let them. You have to be willing to give it up. And I lost everything. I lost everything through this devastating experience. But you know, Manny, they never got me. They never got my spirit. They never took away my persistence and perseverance. And they certainly didn't take away the life that I love, because that's something that I have built. I've become an award-winning freelance writer as a result of this experience when Marie Claire magazine, the international women's magazine that reaches so many, came to me and asked me to write a personal essay about what had transpired. And I did, and they submitted it for one of the most prominent magazine awards in the industry. I absolutely believe that every woman and every person has the right to remain fabulous. And that's something that you are born with. There's no way and there's no situation, circumstance, or condition that can force you to give that up. And what I do know is that in the midst of all of this, of any situation you're experiencing, any circumstance that you're wrestling with, struggling with, and any circumstance that you feel challenged by, these are here to support you in ways that you probably can't imagine. And if you remember and say to yourself out loud that you do have the right to remain fabulous, you may just find that your perspective and your perception of what's happening could be different. There are things that you really don't know are going to come out of the situation that you are experiencing. How you choose to handle it and your ability to remain fabulous under anything really propels you and provides you with the opportunity to do whatever it is that you've set out to do. I truly believe, Manny, that any person can do anything in any circumstance, situation, and condition. And the key to that really is to remember that you have the right to remain fabulous. I have done it. I still am. And I love talking with people, audiences large and small, to remind them of this very important fact that is truly a part of your life and truly your right.
I like when you say you're right. I mean, it is a choice, right? I've noticed even when I'm with you with your highs and lows, it's a choice. I mean, a lot of times when people are on the highs, they still choose not to be happy, right? So it really is not about what happens around us or to us or through us. It's how we choose to show up in that. And you are a complete embodiment of that. So I appreciate your support in my life, just to recognize that and be aware of that. But let's see if we can dive in a little bit deeper, because I think what you're sharing a lot about is how do people turn lemons into lemonades. And I think it sounds much easier than it is. So if you could share a few key distinctions or key takeaways or key action steps that people could take, even regardless of what they're going through, because it's all perspective, right? Some people might be going through something small, some people might be going through something big, or everyone's going through something. So what do you share? What do you want to leave women with right now on how they can remain fabulous and also love their life?
Someone may look at your life and say, oh, well, that's not so bad. But it's relative. And it really depends on what you feel. And no one can take those feelings away from you. So the first thing I would say to those of you who are listening and watching is that whatever you feel is real. It's yours. It's a part of what's happening for you. And so embrace that and understand that being aware of how you feel is also a part of understanding the choices that you're going to make. If you are in a place where your emotions are incredibly high and off the charts, and I have had some very strong emotions during this particular experience and others, when your emotions are high, it's not the best time to be making decisions. And so having an awareness of your emotions is extremely important so that you can make the right choices for you in the long term. Oftentimes, if I feel that I'm in a position where my emotions are in a very high state, I will say to a person or I will say to myself, this is not a good time for me to respond or reply. so that I can make the highest and best choice for myself as well as for everybody involved. And oftentimes when our emotions are high, we don't have the capacity as human beings to be able to really think about what it is that we're about to do. And so that would be the first thing, Manny, is to give yourself permission to acknowledge and be aware of what you're feeling. Correcting it is not really the right road. Understanding it and being aware of it is really the important component here. The second thing that I would suggest is that you identify what is the outcome that you really want to have. What is it that you truly desire? When you focus on that, it's incredibly important for you to understand what it is that you want the outcome to be. You see, when you are doing that with the so-called end in mind, the choice that you make can then be measured by you to understand whether it's in alignment with the outcome that you want and that you would like to see happen. And at the same time, you're defining and deciding what it is that you want to come of the very situation that you found yourself in. This is incredibly important because, for example, I had the choice of burying myself under a blanket, never to be heard from again. Or I could go out and speak to groups of people and remind individuals constantly that they truly can stand up, stand tall, and face whatever it is that's happening for them in a way that empowers them and makes them stronger so that they can truly do whatever the action is appropriately to be in alignment with the outcome they would like to see. So defining what you desire is really important. It will frame and thread how you choose to handle the situation, the choices that you make, the actions that you take. They will all be more congruent with getting you to the outcome that you would like to see. And the third thing that I would say, Manny, is that you really don't know what's going to happen. And as much as I am a puzzle solver and love to be able to spend hours agonizing over what I think should be the outcome, I know that at the end of the day, I can't be attached to what truly occurs. I know that what I can do and what you can do is you can do the very best that you can. You can offer the highest and best of yourself toward the outcome that you wish to see and create. If for some reason that outcome does not come to fruition, understanding the outcome that does is very important. If you know that you've done your best, then that's what you really need to focus on and not be attached to the outcome that truly exists. For me, that was something that I really had to learn. And when I was incarcerated, it was something I learned very deeply because nothing was as it seemed. Everything and all the information that I had was not enough to indicate to me what outcomes were going to actually come of it. And I think that's important, Manny, for all of us to remember, is that, look, we're human. We're only as good as the information that we have. And it doesn't make you any less of a person. It doesn't make you any lower quality of a person. It's merely a part of the human experience. And that's why we need to ask, we need to educate ourselves, and we need to be able to accept the outcomes that occur. And then, Manny, it's our choice. What will you do with that freedom that you find? What will you do with the circumstance and situation that you're in? How will you handle it? How will you create the life that you love? Because really, at the end of the day, this is up to you. This is not up to somebody else. It's not up to somebody to decide your future and your destiny. It is you. It is all about you. It is how you love your life because you create the life that you love. I'm living proof. I'm thrilled to be able to help you with this because, Manny, I see so many people struggle with this, and it's truly a gift to be able to love the life that you have and to create the life that you love being in. Being is a part of the human experience, living it, living through it, and being able to pass the gems and the wisdom and the pearls that come out of the experiences that we have. I'm never going to have your experiences, Manny. It's impossible for me to have your experience, just like it's impossible for you to have mine. If I can give you a glimpse, and I can give you some of the things that I've learned or that I've figured out or information that I've come across, it makes the world a better place because I'm informing you of what I've seen and felt and heard. And you're doing the same for me. And it's a blessing, it's a gift, it's a privilege. And I would encourage those of you who want to create the life that you love, who want that life so bad, start with you. Instead of looking outside, look inside. Understand what it is that you desire. Define it. Align your actions and activities and the people in your life accordingly. And go for it. Jump for it. And whatever transpires, enjoy it. Live it. Love it. And make the most of it because you can. You're here. You're standing on planet Earth today. And I'm certain that whatever you find will benefit us all.
Wow. That was amazing. I wish I heard that 25, 30 years ago, right? And that's definitely nugget of wisdom I'm going to share with my young children because, that to me is the basis of what we're here to experience, what we're here to do. So if you please just give a quick recap. Because if other people are like me, they're like it's like shocked, like, wow, that's really great. So if you could just give a quick recap of the three, and I'd love for you to share what else you have for them on the Boys Before Business.
I'd be happy to. So as a reminder, allow yourself to feel what you feel. Be aware of your emotions. If your emotions are super high, that's not the best time to be making decisions and taking actions. When your emotions are something that you're aware of and are in a state where you can be thoughtful about what you are choosing to do, that's the right time. Decide what it is that you want. Define it. What is it that you desire? What is the life that you love? Understand what that is, and then align your actions, what you do professionally and personally, and the people in your life accordingly, so that you can get it. And then let go. Allow yourself to not be attached to the outcome. Do your highest and best work. Offer the highest and best of yourself towards it. And then understand that you may not have everything and all the pieces that you need to know in order to get the outcome. Understand that you've done your best to get it. And then look at the outcome. Understand the situation and circumstance you find yourself in. And turn it upside down and make it a positive for somebody else. Inform them. Tell your story. Share what it is that you know and learn. Because you'll be adding to their life experience and they'll be adding to yours. In Boys Before Business, Manny, our objective truly is to help women everywhere to build better relationships, personally and professionally, and as a result, to build better businesses. You know, when you love your life and when you love what it is that you're doing, it makes a big difference. People understand that when you do business with them. The commitment level is different. The level of care is different. And the opportunity for somebody to feel good about what they're doing with you is different. Boys Before Business truly takes the tenets of a successful romantic relationship, which we know and understand firsthand is complicated for women to get that loving, incredible dream team relationship. And so my co-author, Kimberly Miles, and I wrote this book because we were there. We were turning 40 and 40, and we were turning to ourselves and each other saying, man, we've been successful. And when we turned it around, we turned on to so many other components that we've been able to share through the book and the experience of Boys Before Business. of really understanding and defining before you search for someone, whether it's the love of your life, a client, a business that you want to create, a business partner that you want to join forces with, even friends and other colleagues that you associate with in communities. You got to know yourself first. And we know that for sure. And that's what we've been able to create in Boys Before Business as an experience for you, so that you can prepare and then find the relationship that you're looking for. Once you get it, you can keep it and not sabotage it. And in the process of keeping it, grow it and turn it into a dream team experience for you. One that you may stare at other couples, other businesses, or other business partners and say, gee, I'd really love to have that, but I really have no idea how to get it. We've put the tenets of that and the action steps and the tips and the tools and the techniques in that book and in that experience for you, because we did exactly what I was talking about. We had to define what we desired. We got the information. We aligned our actions and activities, and we got the outcome that we were looking for. And then we turned around and we shared it with others to inform them and you. And it's really a gift that we have to give. It's something that we teach live. It's something that we provide a lot of resources for, Manny. And I know that you understand and have lived through that process with me too, that very seldom do we find the people in our lives that we can truly connect with on such a basic level where our values are in alignment. What we want to do in the world is similar, and what we want, and the choices that we would make and what we would want to do is in alignment, so that you have sort of the power of more than one, I like to call it, going after the same goal and making the same difference for so many. We've had people get married off our book. We've had people create incredible business partnerships off the book and the experience. And you know, Manny, I never could have predicted that outcome. Honestly, I would have wanted it, mm-hmm. But there was no guarantee that it was going to come. We've had women get married off our book in 5 months. I mean, it just shocked both of us. And it's something that I obviously am passionate about. I want you to have great relationships. I know, Manny, at the end of life, and it's been proven through research and white papers, it's not the amount of money that you have at the end of your life that really truly is what it is that we're looking for. The richness of life is found in the relationships that we've enjoyed, that we've experienced, and that we've lived through. And that's really what we take with us at the end, is that richness of the relationships and the reward, I like to call it. It's a reward. Relationships are not something that are instant. They are not something that are easy. They are something that require time, attention, love, care, and kindness. Who want to find that dream relationship, whether it's a business relationship or a personal relationship, it's my joy and privilege to be able to support you with your journey to get what you want.
Well, thank you, Jennifer. I know you're making your book available in our store, and I could tell those who are watching that I've gifted the book to many women, and they've enjoyed it tremendously, so thank you for that. I love how you tied in the process of the book to what you talked about in your talk with us here about loving your life. It's so true. I've watched you do it over and over again. You've helped me do it. I want to thank you. As I think about all the support that you've given me over the years, I think about how you've helped me author my book, you've helped me grow my business, and you've helped me personally. And I know those times that we had gaps in our conversations due to some of the circumstances in your life and some of the circumstances in my life, I truly missed our calls. So I ask that anyone who's interested to Google Jennifer, buy her books, get involved in her coaching programs, do any way to work with her, because my life is better when I do work with her and I can tell the difference. So please, in any way that you can, work with Jennifer. And Jennifer, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. And I love you as a dear friend and mentor and colleague of mine.
I love you too, and thank you so much. It's always a privilege for me, and life is truly a blessing because you're in it, Manny. Thanks.
Thank you. And here's to all of us loving our life even more, right?
Absolutely.
I love it. All right, bye-bye for now.